Bartlett here with Bishop Marketing and Design. It does look like we are live. So welcome to our Friday Q&A session. If you are a member, I'm actually going to dive into the dashboard and show you how to get access to the Zoom link. And if you are not a member, you can go to myvisionagency.com and become a member. You can actually claim a free trial right now, so you could get 30 days access. So let me go ahead and share my screen here. And you can see here that once you do get access, if this is your very first time ever, like maybe you signed up for a membership, you haven't actually dove in yet, definitely take the tour. If it's your first time, you'll actually see like an onboarding checklist, and it will tell you, take the tour of the dashboard, which you can do that here. And it basically just goes through everything, and it tells you what it is and how you can use it and access. Let me turn my mute my phone there. So once you do that, you'll see down here, you can go to resources, and this is where you can access the training. So Monday through Friday, we are live on my YouTube channel. You can search just Bridget Bartlett and find it. And if you want to join in the Zoom, you can do that here. Okay. So inside of the training center, if you click here, you'll see all of the resources. So the live training replays, all the white label content. We do provide different social media content. So you can see there's tons of different topics and niches and things that you can choose from. You, as a member, you can use this for yourself or for your clients. So that is definitely helpful. Plus, you'll find some other courses as well. And these other courses, as a member, you actually have white labeled in your dashboard. So that means that you can use these courses as your own. So you can rebrand them, you can sell them, you can give them away to get leads, you can do whatever you want to with them. That is the social media, Shopify, Zoom, the Fiverr, WordPress Mastery, the personal branding, artificial intelligence, Google Ads, Facebook Ads, and Bing. Okay, so lots of cool things there. You'll also see too that we have, and hopefully Maria, you have heard this news, but you now have a Genius Messenger CRM. I have partnered with them as well to add more tools into our program, and this is actually something I'm going to show you today. It is a Messenger. It basically turns your personal Facebook profile Messenger into a CRM. So it's incredibly cool. There's actually a training here to show you how it all works. If you are on the professional plan, okay, meaning, let me go here to my main website. If I go to the plan section here, you will see that in the professional plan, it's $147, but no matter when you came in, just know if you have access to these tools here, okay? If you have access to Chirply, RoboContact, and everything that's in this plan, you also now have access to the Genius Messenger CRM, okay? So if you're on like the free plan or whatever plan you're on, just know that you do have to have access to the premium software to get free access to Genius Messenger CRM. Okay. Now, also, I did change this now. So if you are a HighLevel affiliate with me, okay, so you have used my affiliate link to sign up for your own HighLevel account, at the $297 or $497 level, you also get a free upgrade to the professional plan. It was the beginner plan, but now you guys all have access to the professional plan, including the Genius Messenger CRM. So everything here is what you have. Okay. If you're on the $97 plan, you still have the beginner plan. Okay. So I just wanted to clarify that. And it's always been like that. Everyone had the beginner plan until just recently. And then I upgraded everyone. So everyone already has access. So you should be able to log in there. If you want to become a tier 5 partner and resell all this software yourself, you get all of these bonuses here. And you also get the Vision membership beginner plan. Okay, so I just wanted to clarify that. Let's go back to the dashboard here. And of course, if you need to log into the tier 5 tools, you can do that here. So all of the tools and all the training you can find here. We do have a network on Noisy. So you do get a free Noisy account. There is an overview video to help you get started. If you're not registered yet, you can definitely go here to get access. If you are already registered, you can log in here. If for any reason you cannot access your account, because sometimes it happens where, because the link goes to like a page, and then if you've clicked it before, it'll say that it's expired. So that's kind of weird. I'm trying to figure out, the rhyme and reason for that to happen. If you do have issues getting access, it's no problem. Message me here. You can email me and I'll make sure you get access. You can also go to your account section if you need help trying to figure out how to upgrade to HighLevel or Tier 5, or if you want to upgrade, downgrade, or cancel your plan, you can message me right here. Okay. We also do have an affiliate program. I do have a video here to help you get started. And once you get access, you'll see inside the dashboard here that you have tons and tons of different websites and things that you can use. And I'm definitely adding more as we go. Okay, so you do get, as an affiliate, you do get 30% recurring commission on level 1 and then 5% on level 2. And of course, if you do need a private consultation, right now it's only $97. This is half price, what I usually charge. But I understand, sometimes you get where you get a client, you just don't really know what strategy to recommend, or maybe it's just for your own business and you're like, Bridget, I just need an hour to pick your brain. You can actually do that here for just $97. Okay. So that is kind of the overview. And let's see, I do want to stop sharing here and say hello to Miss Maria. How are you?
Hello, how are you? I'm good.
I'm good. So are you excited about Genius Messenger? Did you know that you had a free account yet?
I think I did. Now I was right now as you're speaking, I was clicking in the back office and checking stuff out. Yeah, I'm gonna do that today. Oh,
Yeah. Well, yeah, let's, did you have any questions for me? Because I was actually just going to kind of go through it with you guys, and
no,
I
I'd
created
like
like,
to go see what it's all about.
okay, cool. Yeah, let's
No questions.
because I have, my extra account here. So I wanted to,
I'm actually still working on all the tips you gave me, all the great tips you gave me last week. I'm still implementing them and I'm working on my cover for my Facebook and I don't like it, so I have to redo it. And you're rubbing off on me.
well, good. I'm glad. So if you, first of all, about the Facebook cover, if you don't like it, what I say, because like I'm not a great designer and I was even worse when I first started. So what I tried to do is just stay as close to the template as possible. So like obviously I use Canva, but staying as close as possible helped me to like, because I literally would choose a template based on whatever was closest to what I thought I wanted. And then I tried to not deviate from that, because man, if you even just change the size of a certain font or something, it just screws up the whole design. And so that was something that helped me out. So when you when you go to Genius Messenger, and you download the Google Chrome extension, or it is an extension, it works on more than just Chrome. But once you get the extension and you add it there, you just simply log in, right? And this is what you're going to see here. Okay. So I'm going to click home. And this is the really cool part. So this is basically your CRM for your Facebook page. Okay. So you have labels here, so you can label. What's really cool is, let's just give you a live view. Okay. So I'm going to go into my Messenger. And hopefully there's nothing really bad here, because I never ever get into this account. But when you go into Messenger, you'll see here that you can actually search different labels. Okay. So let's say that, and you'll see this is unlabeled up here. So let's say that I'm talking to this guy here and I'm like, I guess, yeah, this guy here. So I'm talking to him and, he's interested, I may want to add a label to him, like warm leads or something like that. Or maybe like business connection or whatever kind of label. But what's really cool is I can search through here by label. So maybe if I haven't added a label yet, they're just completely unlabeled. That's a good indicator to me that maybe I haven't looked at that message yet. So if I want to come in here every day and I I want to go and look like who sent me a message that I haven't read yet. I can sort by that and then, have the conversation. I can also search for messages that were not sent by me, and then I can search for messages that were sent by me. Okay, so I can look for tagged. If I had multiple tags, for example, maybe I wanted to tag people by, whatever opportunity they were interested in. Like, for example, maybe someone messaged me and said, "Hey, I see that you're using HighLevel. What can how can I sign up?" Maybe I want to tag them HighLevel, whatever your system is. So you can search for people that are tagged in specific things. So you can tag them up here, like for this person here. And then you can also, like, let's go back here. You can also create global templates. So if I wanted to create, like, maybe I'm talking about people, and this is something that I just repeatedly say all the time. People say, "Hey, Bridget, nice connecting. What do you do?" And it's like, oh, so I I have to like put that in. What does that do? So I can create a template. So maybe I want to just say, I'm just going to call it test so that I know it's a test. And then I'm just basically going to type out whatever it is that, my answer. And then I can click add and then just simply copy that. Okay. So I would literally just type in whatever I wanted to say and add. And then when I need to use this template, I can just click copy and then go back to Messenger, and then I can paste it in there into the conversation. So that's definitely a time saver. But you also have your friends here. And one of the very first things that you want to do is click fetch all friends. And you can see here it says that it's being triggered and it's scheduled to start in a minute. So what it's going to do is it's going to pull in all of my Facebook friends. And I only have, I don't think that many, because this is like my default account, my safety account, 298 friends in this account. So what it's going to do is it's going to pull in all of those friends, and then I will have them here. So what that allows me to do is not only sort through all of these, but I can also manage them. So it will organize them and all of that. I definitely did a much more detailed training video in the, you guys can see in the dashboard, if you go to, where is it? Or actually, if you go to up here to Genius Messenger CRM, you can check out, I did a training here. It's also in your training replays and on my YouTube channel. Just look for Genius Messenger. So you can also, this is really, really cool too. You can create just like the other tier 5 tools, because this was actually, Genius Messenger CRM was actually created by tier 5, but it's owned by someone else. So someone else paid them to create this. And so that's why it's really cool. It's very similar. So if you are already a tier 5 reseller, it's just a natural progression to add in Genius Messenger because of the way that all the tools work together. Like Maria, we were talking about the Friend Connector Pro, and using that, and it's like, and then you have all these other tools to engage with your friends. But when you're engaging and they're messaging you, and you're like, "Oh, okay, I'll follow up with you," all of this starts getting really overwhelming because the tools work, right? So if you're bringing in and you're constantly getting messages from people, you need to follow up with them. So what's really cool is, for example, I have a campaign where I posted something on my Facebook page, and I'm saying, "Hey, comment below." Oh, there's me and Maria. I'm saying comment below if you want more info, and then I use Post Profits Pro. And then what it does is it sends messages automatically. Well, when I do that, I can tag them to be like whatever that tool was. And so now, like, for example, let's say I had one for the birthday wisher. Okay, I was giving a free birthday wisher away, and I wanted to message all the people, right? And so Post Profits Pro took care of the initial contact, but I wanted to be able to track those people so I could follow up and say, "Hey, What did you think of the birthday wisher? And I have another free tool if you're interested in it. So now what I'm doing, what's beautiful about this is I'm not being spammy. I'm not being so generic and saying, "Oh, how's business? How you doing? Oh, what'd you do this weekend?" Because nobody really cares. It's so fake. And it's like when you're in the marketing game, we see right through all of that. But if you're approaching them, first they've asked you for information. So they are the ones who came to you. And then you're following up. They already were interested in one tool. Chances are they're going to be interested in another tool. And now you are like the tool person that they know who's constantly giving them these cool tools, right? And if you're using the tools in your program or it's a bonus for your business or whatever, well, now that gives you the open opportunity to talk to them about all of that. So with the same way that it's built, with the like Post Profits Pro or whatever, you build out these message segments. So maybe I'd want to build one that said hello and then the first name, or maybe hey and first name, or howdy and first name. What these message segments allow you to do is create variations so that when you are sending out these mass broadcasts that you can do with the CRM as well, when you're sending that out, then it's changing the way that the message is, and that way Facebook doesn't see it as being spammy because you are having a variety of things being posted and not the same thing every time. So once you create your message segments, then you're going to create message groups, which are segments put together in one place. Okay, so that just explains that. There's definitely a lot more training on this that you guys have available to you. You can also click down here for training videos for in-depth. You can also, like I was saying, send out broadcast messages. So if I, for example, they signed up for the free birthday wisher and I wanted to offer them another tool, I could create a segment and a group and then send out messages to everyone who was labeled with that tool without me having to do anything. Okay, this is the magic of this. You can also download messages. You also have the sales pipelines, which you can create here. But here's the beautiful part, and I don't want to click on this because it'll expose my API. But the cool part is that it integrates with HighLevel, directly with HighLevel. So you can pull in your sales pipelines. You can add your Facebook leads to that pipeline and then send out broadcast messages and all of those things. So it's like if we're thinking about, and this is what excited me so much about this, is because HighLevel is excellent when it comes to building out your automated system. I mean, it works great. It's very user friendly. The CRM and everything makes it, really great. But you need something to get the people in the system. And that's where Tier 5 really excels at. They have all these lead generation tools. So you're using the lead gen tools to bring into the leads. And then you're using like Genius Messenger to send them then to HighLevel. And that's where it's really going to trigger your whole system and your automations. So it all works together in a beautiful, happy marriage. So what do you think, Miss Maria?
Wow, that was a lot. That was a lot. I'm gonna have to go in there and see all this. Automation is the way to go.
Yeah.
Because this, when you don't have automation, you spend too much time trying to do all these things you're talking about. There is no time in the day to, like you said, send messages constantly to people and work and look for friends and do all that. So that's where the tools are coming in very handy.
Yeah, because if you're a solopreneur, there's two parts of it. You are limited on time, you're limited on money, because you are, obviously, if you could hire someone, you would, right? So we need to get our businesses successful. And the way to do that, it's all a numbers game. So let's say that for you to be successful, you need to sign up 1,000 people. Well, to sign up 1,000 people, you probably need to contact 1 million people. How are you going to contact 1 million people if you're one person? Like you're supposed to be working on your content. You're supposed to be doing these things that build your brand. It's I always use myself as an example because I teach you guys everything that I'm doing. And it has been like almost like earth-shatteringly successful for me. And it's kind of still very surreal and shocking to me, how it's like I learned all these things and then it actually works. So that's my main goal, is to teach you guys how to do that. But it's like I'm also teaching it to you because these are the things that I struggled with. And it's like, you have this limited budget, you're only one person. If you need to do a live 5 days a week, how are you going to accomplish all of those things that you need to do with limited time and money? It has to be automation. There's no way around it. You just have to automate. So what's cool is it is a lot to learn. And once you set it up, you're good. And now you have this like massive high demand skill set that you can use as a service.
That's what I was going to say, that it's the setup.
Mhm.
You know, it's in the setup.
Yeah.
Trying to get that together. But it is time consuming just to do that. But I guess the time's going to go by anyway. So you might as well work on setting it up one piece at a time.
Yeah.
And that's what because I've been trying to do so much. And then I was watching something on TV, which I've heard this saying a million times: how do you eat an elephant? One piece at a time. So, and I keep repeating that to myself. It's one piece, do one thing. Stop trying to implement all your learning and just do one thing at a time. It's always there. It's on YouTube. You can go back and look at it and then do it later. So yeah, but that automation is the key. That I can see that it could free up my time, because I spend too much time on the computer trying to figure out, let me do this, let me do that. And we talk about this all the time, how you get distracted and go down the rabbit hole, but you got to focus.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, the social media outreach it's such a struggle for all of us, because it's like you go there and you're like, okay, I'm gonna, do some lead gen, and I'm gonna do a couple hours of this today. And then it's like you end up like watching cat videos or like, Facebook reels or something. And you're like, wait, I've spent 2 hours here and I didn't really do any lead generation, because you're constantly being bombarded with things. But if you can like, okay, I'm going to start my day, I'm going to set up my system, and then I'm going to work on my course. I'm going to reshoot a video, and then I'm going to go back and see if I got any messages. I'm going to respond if I need to manually respond. Then I'm going to go back and shoot another video. So it's like, man, this is why I'm such a huge fan of automation, because without it, I would probably have to get a job back at the hospital, which would make me like, that's like soul crushing to think about that. If I had to do that, oh my gosh, I can't even. But honestly, I'd probably have to start another business. But again, it's like, no matter what business you're doing, you need automation. So crazy.
Yeah. And that is key. I didn't know that before attending all your courses about, in your classes, your daily ones, and learning more and more and listening to you, because that really is the key. That really is the key. Even something small. And that's one of the reasons people go out and get VAs, so they could, but then that's an expense. But if you can take that VA service and automate it, which these tier 5 tools and HighLevel and all that has a lot of automation, you can get rid of that. Just pay one time or a few times and get it done, and use the tool that you have a VA that you were paying, and then the headaches of a VA. Because I had a couple of VAs when I did some Amazon, stuff that I was selling, and that was a headache. Sometimes they didn't show up, sometimes they had excuses, but with automation and tools, there's no lack of not showing up and no excuses, because it's there on demand. It's there.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm really getting into this automation stuff. I'll be the princess, because I know the queen of automation is taken.
It's so great. I know. It's like when you see really all the possibilities, it's really like just so insane. And we're talking about VAs, and that's such a good point, because it's like, in business, whether I'm talking about my agency or the lawn care business that we have, employees, they don't care about your business like you do. They're just trading time for money. It's like, if you trade me for an hour, and honestly, I was like that as an employee, because what's the incentive to work harder? It's like you show up and you get paid by the hour or whatever. And with the lawn care business, it's like, if you're like playing around with the equipment and it breaks, you're not paying for that. You don't have, as an employee, you don't have the same stake in the company that the owner does. And so what I love about my automation and tools is, while sometimes they feel like they're sleeping on the job, it's usually my fault because I entered something incorrectly. But you know what I love about it? It lets me know right away. Like if I get a failed zap on Zapier, I get an email right away. You had a failed zap, So it's like, if I had an employee, like we had a guy with the lawn care business once who he backed into a fence and broke the panel on the fence, and he never told us about it. And so we had, a customer comment, or she messaged and said, "Hey, did you guys, was my fence broken when you were here? Like, what was happening?" And so, of course, my husband went to fix it, but he never even told us. So, like, if this was Zapier would have sent me an email.
That's the beauty of automation. That's why it's so important. And what I've just decided, I'm not going to freak out about trying to get them all implemented, because that's what I want to do. I'm like, but I have so much others. A solopreneur, I have so many other things I have to do. I have to just take one little bit at a time and not worry about it. It's not going to get done today. It might get done tomorrow or the next day, but just keep going forward. And that's all we can do.
Yeah. Honestly, I would say, like, if you don't have a system, like, let's just say that all you have is an affiliate link or something. Use that friend connector, get the friends in there, start using, because there's so much that you can learn from that. And you will also learn what you need to have in the automation. So when you're talking, like, okay, so you go to these groups, these collector groups, and then you invite all of these friends to your Facebook profile, and you are posting different content every day about, your business or whatever. And then people start messaging you. Well, this can all be done with no techie skills whatsoever. This is all that, no prior experience. And then they message you, and then you start to refine the things that you tell them, because at first it's kind of like word vomit. It's like, oh, we have this, we have this, we have this. It's really overwhelming. But you learn as you go, and as you like start kind of going through the experience, like, here are, before I respond, I want to look at their Facebook profile, because if I see that they're a coach, then now I have the solution. Like if I get, message, if I am you, Maria, and I'm talking, and my opportunity is collectibles, gold and silver, when someone messages me, now, of course, they're messaging me because they're my friend that I invited because they're in a collector group. So now they're messaging me. The first thing I want to do is look at their profile. I want to get an idea of like who they are and what they do. And then I want to ask them, like, hey, I see that you're blah, blah, blah. Like whatever. I just want to like ask them very pointed questions to find out if they are even a good person for my solution. I don't even want to bring it up unless, are they a collector, or were they a friend that I forgot I added, that I met at, Walmart 5 years ago? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it helps you weed those people out. If you see on their, Facebook profile, they're constantly posting that, oh, I just found this thing, this comic book. It's so, what a collector, well, now I'm like, hey, I see that you just got that new comic book. That's awesome. I like to collect things too. Hey, do you collect coins? Because I'm really into, like, there's this new like gold eagle coin, and I just got it. I'm really excited about it. And I'm actually part of this company who, sends me a coin. So it's like just a normal conversation. But the thing is, get them to message you, because if you have to message them, you're going to do a lot more work than it's even worth, and they might not even be interested.
True.
Yeah.
True. Yeah. Very helpful. Very, very helpful. Yeah. I really am excited about all the tools. So I'm getting back there, learning them, and doing my own thing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty exciting.
Yep.
I don't know what's going on the past couple of weeks. Not a lot of people have wanted to join me on the Friday Q&A, but that's okay because it's May and it's actually really beautiful outside right now.
Yep.
And if I wasn't here, I'd probably be sitting on my back porch, enjoying the sun.
With your puppies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go outside and I hear my dog barking in the background there. Yeah, he
yeah.
always wants me to go outside with him, and then he walks around the yard and looks back. Are you still there? And if I leave, he's running behind me. I said, stay out here. Pets are like little kids sometimes.
Yeah, my dog, I swear, she was like born to be a show dog because I have like a little Yorkie,
Yeah.
and everywhere I walk, she like just constantly she'll walk right by my right leg, and then every step she turns and looks at me like just making sure, am I still doing what I'm supposed to do?
A little diva, little diva.
She totally is.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have any questions. I'm just, not today. I'm still working on last week. I'm working on stuff. So I keep saying that, but I don't feel bad about not finishing stuff sometimes because I know I'm not stopping. It just takes time.
Yeah.
I know when you started, it took you a long time to learn because you've got a lot of skills, but that did not come overnight.
Nope. Nope, not at all. And that's why that's why I love what I do right now, because I'm so sympathetic of where people are, because it wasn't long ago that I was there. And it's like, I know that it's expensive, it's time consuming, there's a huge learning curve. Everybody wants to send you down their own rabbit hole of, oh, sign up for my $10,000 course, or sign up. And it's like, it's all this like hoodwink stuff. And so it's like, I don't have upsells in my program. If I provide a new tool, it's like, you get it if you're in the plan. I'm not doing all of these upsells, and I do that on purpose. My upsell is simply affiliate commissions that you guys don't pay for. It's like, if you decide, if I'm teaching you to use the HighLevel tools and you're getting clients and you're like, man, I'm ready to upgrade to HighLevel because I understand the tools. It's going to be so easy for you because you already understand it. You're speeding past the learning curve. And now I earn affiliate commissions. So it's like, you have not paid me anything more, but you get the software that you need. And then I still get paid the commission. So we all hear all the time about, how to be successful in affiliate marketing, you have to support your leads and the people that sign up with you and things. And that definitely, obviously works for me. But that's just a testament to how it really does work. I mean, people will Google, if they're looking for HighLevel, they're just going to go Google, like, who has the best, they're going to watch videos, who has the best bonuses, if someone like, I actually, and this is crazy to me, but I actually get people who sign up. I don't get the credit for them because I'm not a fan of First Promoter. And it seems like every business uses First Promoter affiliate program, but for some reason their cookies don't stick. So anyway, they sign up and then they're like, hey, I signed up, but I didn't get anything from you. And I'm like, I don't have you, but they will like contact support. They will go through all this stuff to get moved to my team because of the support and the bonuses and all of those things that come with it. So it's like, that's really part of building a business around affiliate links instead of making your main business just to promote somebody else's business.
Got that. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I appreciate all the suggestions and all the ideas.
Well, thank you for joining me. I'd be so bored if you weren't here with me today.
Yeah, I'm just feeling low energy today, but definitely I got to get back to all this. I'm working on that Facebook and getting my Friends Connector going this week. I just wanted to make sure I get a few more posts in there and get that covered. The way I did it, it looks so, oh no, got to start from one. I did about 10 of them. You should see my Canva, it's just a mess. And it looked so childish. I said, no, I have to redo this. So right now before I got on with you, I was on Unsplash looking for some real professional looking pictures to put back there. Because what I did was I took copies of the coins, then I put them, I kind of copied yours, and then I put like the pictures of the coins behind me. Now it looked childish. No, I'm like, that doesn't look fancy. It looked like these little circles with coins. They don't even look, no, no. So I have to redo that. No,
Well, send me what you're working on. I'll see if I can maybe find a
you're
good
gonna laugh.
template or kind of help
It's
you.
it's hideous. It's hideous. Here, let me wait. I can open it and just share it real
Yeah.
quick. They could see because it's hideous. That's all I can say. It's like I don't know who came up with this in my head. It wasn't me. You know, there's a commercial that says that little kitty goes, "It wasn't me." No, it was because it looks so bad. Hold on, I'm gonna share it real quick. You're gonna be like, "Yeah, that looks bad."
I bet it's not as bad as you think it
No,
is.
it looks really bad. Here we go. Okay, here, lovely. See,
Oh, that's not bad. You
but
just
the coins just don't look beautiful. See, and then I put this, and then I did what you said. This is a domain I own, and I just and I put that the little thing in that domain goes right to that page, the one that you saw before. It goes right there, and I put in these coins, and then you know, I just took the coins and I just added them here. But I don't like this. This looks so childish. It doesn't look good. You can see the coins, but these are all coins. You see the little piggy one? I love that one. But I'm thinking about putting just something behind it with a really professional picture from Unsplash that looks like just coin, just like two coins or a group of coins that look more and change this color. I don't like that. So
hey, share with me in the chat, and then we'll just play around with it together here. I mean, you're here, so
okay.
you can get
Okay.
my
Let me stop.
100% attention.
Let me stop sharing. It just let me create another one and I'll share it.
Yeah,
Another
duplicate
one more
and then
sophisticated. Because I think with the type of stuff I'm promoting, it has to be a little bit more sophisticated than those coins. They don't give the coins any view. They look like cheap. And that's not what they're like. So yeah.
yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. Did you add it to the chat yet?
No,
Oh,
I
okay.
don't
Yeah,
even know
add
how
it
to
to the
add it.
chat and I'll
How do
yeah,
I add it to the chat?
um if you click on the chat, the little window pops up. Oh, like the template you mean?
Yes.
Okay, let me actually dive into my Canva account and then I will show you
Okay, I don't know how to
these
do
things
that.
over here.
I worked a lot on that, as you could tell. I know how to remove backgrounds. I'm getting really good at Canva, but I kept putting it on my Facebook and looking at it and going, no, no, this just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, I do. You know what? I swear, no matter how much experience, you're always going to have that moment when you're like, ugh, I just don't
Yeah.
like this. Like even in the web design series that I was doing, I'm like, I don't do this button. I just don't like it. I don't know what it is. I just don't like it. So to share a template, all you need to do is go up here where it says share. And you may have it here. If you don't have it there, you can click more and then just find where it says template link.
Oh, I see.
And then you just click copy and then you can share that in the chat.
I see. I didn't know. I saw that share button, but I wasn't sure what it was.
Yeah, I love when I figured out how to do that, it opened up a whole new world because it was like, oh my gosh, social media, all the it's like when you're doing training tutorials and it's like people are like, oh man, I wish I could have that. And it's like, oh my gosh, you can. That's so cool.
And once you open it, does it go into your Canva?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
should have shown you. I should have
That's
shown you
okay.
what it looked like. But
I
yeah.
just sent it to you.
Yeah. So now.
Oh, there it is. You see now you got all this craziness that I've been working on in that one coin there.
Oh, that's okay. So let's see. Let's just start. I'm going to just we'll delete this.
You can delete that one because that one I was just trying to do the background. It just didn't work. So I put it there.
So let's go. Let's see. What I like to do first is like search for whatever it is that I'm looking for, like by word, because sometimes they have a template that's just dead on exactly what you want. So I don't see anything here, but let's see.
I think my niche is it's so new, it's so that there's not a lot yet for it out there.
Yeah.
Because I went through your suggestion was go and look at other people's. I went through so many. I went to our Facebook group. I went to some of the leaders. No one has a cover that talks about it. I think maybe I found one person, and it wasn't that I wanted to copy any of that, but everyone, all the leaders, they have, some of them have plain covers. They don't even talk about it. And I wonder, is it because of the product? Maybe people don't want to put it out there. Maybe it's like you feel, that people might come looking, even though that stuff's in vaults, other places, people don't usually keep them in their home.
You know, it could be that they have lots of opportunities that they're promoting. And so they don't talk about the one thing, because it's kind of like, it's kind of like when you're doing affiliate marketing and you do lots and lots of different, I'm searching for a good template here, but when you do lots and lots of different tools,
Mhm.
and then it's like choosing one to put on your profile. It's like, especially if you're like a big time business person, because you really have your hands in lots of different things. And so to have one that you promote on your Facebook profile, it's just a lot of people don't want to do that. But in your position and in my position, when we are using our Facebook profile as a funnel, then we want people to know, especially when you're just inviting a bunch of people, you want them to know what you're doing, because if they don't want any part of it, they're not going to be your friend, and it saves you a lot of time and effort, because you don't have to talk to them. If they're not interested and they don't want to be a part of it, okay, thank
And
you.
what I'm doing is very different than, all these other things people are doing out there. You see, it's hard to even find, like we've talked about, PLR products, they're difficult,
Yeah.
but it's something that's, I mean, they're doing some really state-of-the-art stuff. We're going to be able to get a credit card now with the company that allows you to go shopping, grocery shopping, buy gas, whatever you want. And that's part of using your portfolio with gold and silver.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. See, I use that pink, but that's not actually the color on my site. It's more red.
Yeah.
It's red and black, and it's got some blue in it. But I thought that pink just popped.
Yeah, just the rule, just use as long as it's a branded color, you are good. Maybe you want to do these down here like this, or maybe we could do like an image back here like you were talking about with let's do coins.
Yeah, something, that's what I'm thinking now, because
Yeah,
after I did all
like
this, it doesn't look
this.
professional. These coins are sitting there.
Yeah.
They don't look like they're going to attract too much attention. They just look cheap, because these coins are, encased. They don't even really look like this. They're in a case.
Yeah.
They're certified.
Yeah, so we definitely are maybe, yeah, because you want to um but the thing about like a really cool cover is it doesn't really say everything. When we were chatting on Messenger about like copy, it's like you want to say what you're doing to give people an idea, but you don't really want to tell them everything, because you want to like create some intrigue, and it's like something like this, it does show like what you're doing without actually saying everything. And is this link right here, does that go to like an opt-in page, or does it go right
Yes.
to
It goes to an opt-in page. It goes to that tour funnel, but we have
yeah,
a variety of them. This one takes you to, not the tour funnel, it takes you to a funnel where you have to put your name in and your email address to get to the next level, to the next step. And then that is, I don't have it connected yet to my autoresponder. But once you register there, the people I'm working with, they start automatically sending you information.
yeah, that's really helpful for
Yeah.
sure. I'm just going to put this little thing right here, because what I want to do is like create like a border around your image like that, just to kind of make it stand out a little bit more. And I don't know what your branded colors are, but let's
It's more
say,
red and black, really, because
okay, so
the
let's
company
go.
is Wealth Build 360, and behind the 360, I put like an arrow going up, and that arrow I made it red, even though I love red, but somehow on a website, I'm not convinced that I like it 100%.
So how did you choose your color palette?
I
Did you,
didn't. I just chose it off my top of my head because I thought an arrow should be red. And then if you go to my site, you can go there, Wealth Build 360. It
yeah,
should come up, or that site that's there, goldandsilverbiz.com will take you right to it.
okay, so let's
No, it
do,
shouldn't. Yeah, no, it's not. It might. I don't know. You might not see the logo because I may have removed it. I don't know what I did. Yeah, it's not there. No, it's not there.
so it looks like
You might
that
have
it's,
to go see there's my site. My actual domain comes up, Wealth Build 360. If you go
yeah,
there, that should actually take you to my homepage. I have some pages down right now but the arrow, I thought an arrow should be red, but at the same time, it really doesn't have to be red. I don't
yeah.
like my color palette. I'm not in love with it at all.
So is this something that you created, or is this like just,
No, this is the company created this guy right here.
okay. So let's scroll through here and pick you out a color palette. So which, you like reds, you said?
Yeah,
Okay, so
but I
let's
think
go.
red is too harsh on a website, even though there's a lot of companies that use red.
You know, all colors are good if you use them right.
Right.
So it's like, it really just depends. Like if you have a pizza shop, you need to have red, because that people just associate red with pizza, like the pizza sauce and the pizza and the pepperoni and things like that.
Right.
So do you like vintage colors? That would probably be good for collectors, since we think of vintage and all of that. Or
Yeah.
do you like dark colors, or which of
I
these
like
do you think?
that vintage is nice. I like that. It's kind of subtle. I like
Yeah,
that purpley,
this one
purple,
here.
pink, yeah, and blue. That's very nice.
Okay, so let's choose this one then. So what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna put it here on this little cheat sheet. So we're gonna have, this is your main color here, and this is going to be what you add to all of your social media and all of your, like your covers and your websites and these are gonna be your favorite colors for all of time.
How did you pick your purple?
Exactly like I'm showing you.
Okay.
I went through first, because like in marketing, there really is no color palette. If I was doing like a doctor's office website, I would need to go with like blues, like things that are, or like my lawn care website, I'd need to choose green, because, you think of green, it's like lawn care.
Mhm.
But in our type of niche, it's really up to you, whatever you want to choose. So I just went through all of them, like popular, and then I scrolled through until I found one that had like an orange color I liked, because I wanted like a contrast color. And then I like purple. So I was looking through all the purples. So that's how I did it. And I just remained consistent with my branding, so that so all of my graphics, no matter when I create them or what changes, everything still looks congruent. So I'm going to take this color now, and I'm going to change it to this color.
Because I like red, but when I'm looking at it like there, it looks very harsh.
Yeah.
It doesn't look appealing at all. See, that
Now
looks
watch
nice.
the magic of choosing a professional color palette, because and when I say professional, I mean because they chose it and then we didn't, because I am not a color expert. I don't, and I'm not great at even picking out things for my house. So I'm like,
Neither am I.
not a color expert, but they make it easy, because they say, hey, if you like blue, try these colors because they all work together. It's like, okay, that's the kind of thing I need. So you can tell already, this
Yeah.
color here and this looks really good together.
Yeah, it really does. It really
Yeah.
does.
Just a few simple changes, like
Yeah.
from this to this.
Oh my God. It's very different. Very nice.
Yeah.
And then the background, because that color palette has a little yellow in it, it
Yeah.
seems to work even though it's a different shade of what that color palette you picked had.
Yeah.
But it's working.
Yeah. So I'm
That looks
gonna,
nice.
and you can, if you wanted to put, any of these coins, maybe if you
No,
wanted, you could do that.
no,
Yeah.
I
But
think it looks
I,
better. This was after I looked at that like 100 times yesterday. I said, no, that looks too childish. It doesn't. This looks nice. I get rid of that little piggy one. I'll get rid of it in a minute.
so let's make this text a little bit smaller. I like to have like the bold text, like front and center. So first you have yourself, and you can always make sure that it's centered here. So you have yourself, and then let's get that right. And then we have the gold and silver. Let's make sure that that is centered. Let's make it a little bit smaller. Here we go. And then now we have this, and let's get it, make sure that it's centered. All right. And then you could do whatever you wanted to with this little thing. If you wanted to stick it out here, if you wanted to just maybe put it in the corner, whatever you want to do. But I'll share with you this template, and that way you can do whatever you want with it. So
let me do my. Thank you. That looks very nice. I like it.
You are welcome.
You're right. It looks better than what I was working.
But isn't it so funny though? It's like, and this is how I do every single design. I usually start out and I'm like, I start out with a template, and then I start changing things, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I screwed up this template. It doesn't even look as good, nearly as good. But in that process though, I have like learned like, that, when you have like certain text, like certain fonts together in the template, I try to not change the text or the font, because that changes the whole outlook of everything. Or I try to not really change the size. So if you have like that big, bold link of your website, you have to think like you want that to be noticeable for sure. And you need that subtext under there, but you'll notice in the templates that they always have the big bold text, and then they have the smaller text. And so these are all things that I just have learned over time. Like, I don't want to change this, because as soon as I change that, it's going to look so ugly. I'm going to hate it. So cool. I'm glad. So
great.
So now that's done.
And you know what? I was making the picture huge. Everything was out of proportion because it looked good to my eye there. But when you put it on Facebook, it does not work. Yeah.
Let me share with you this color, all of these colors though, before I'm going to share them in the chat with you so that you can copy them.
I have to go in and change my logo if I probably could use that yellowish one. It's more gold looking.
Yeah. And when you like the buttons, what's cool is that when you click the button to go to your opt-in page, it still has like that yellowy orangey color. But since it's pretty basic, it's pretty much white, then it's like you don't really have to worry so much about the branding, because it's like, I don't like to use the word generic, because that like leaves like a negative connotation, but it's more universal. So no matter really what if you had an opt-in page, like maybe you're giving away something and then they go to that, it doesn't have to feel so foreign that it's not everything branded to you, because it's kind of universal.
Right. Well, that sounds great. I'm going to go off. I appreciate you doing that. It looks better. The instincts, I have them because I knew that didn't look right. Although it just looked I was telling you, it looks childish. It looks like, I said, I have Canva. There's no way, and I have access to professional pictures. There's no reason that it should look like that. Mm-hmm. And well, of course it shouldn't. The one you created in 5 seconds looked way better. And mine took hours to do.
Sometimes you just need a second set of eyes too, and I do all the time. Like somebody just messaged me today, and I'm so grateful, because they're like, hey, did you know that you have the same text, like it's basically duplicated on your website? I was like, I had no idea. Thank you. Because you can look at something and like, I just know that it doesn't look right, but I don't know what it is. So I always ask somebody else, usually my husband, and he's like, I don't even know I don't know what you're asking me.
How do you feel? How does it look? How did it make you feel? And then you go,
Yeah,
I don't feel nothing. So
yeah. Yeah, and it's
yeah,
so funny. It's those little details. It's like the branding. It's like choosing those colors. When you have your cover, one, set of colors, and then all of your content is like all matched in different colors. That's not your brand. It's just a bunch of content. But when you have those colors and they're all over all of your content, all your social media, it takes you to the next level. And online, it's like, that's really all you have. I mean, you need to capture their attention, and all they're seeing is your cover. So
right,
you want it to definitely make an impression and say, hey, this girl, she must be serious about her business because this cover looks great.
right. That's what
So
you
that's
want. Yeah,
really the whole gist.
definitely. But where you found the color was I saw the website was called Color Hunt.
Colorhunt.co.
CO. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. My favorite. That was the one that I was struggling so long trying to, I was like, where is that website? I cannot find it anywhere. But yeah, it's colorhunt.co. Love it. So simple. It's my first go-to for any color palettes.
Definitely. I'm writing it down. Definitely. In case I accidentally have to change it, but I really like that color.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go through it again and look, because I know it's the instincts. Once you start building with Canva and you know how Canva stuff looks, that's what really helps. Canva stuff is professional. It looks great. Then I try to create from scratch. It's not the same. Like you said, with a professional one. And when you said use the template at the beginning of our conversation, I said, she's right. I didn't use a template. I just created it out of blank. Why would I do that? You're paying for the whole template. Use that. It's professional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like it turns you in just a few minutes, you could create a professional image, even if you don't have a lot of experience. But
Right.
what's cool too, and what I love about Canva is it's so simple to use that it's like, even if you use templates all the time, you still learn. It's like I was saying, you learn that the bold text up here and then the subtext smaller, and you learn to center things, and so you really learn a lot from the templates. Like I had no idea you could even group elements together so that I had no idea until I started using templates that had grouped elements, and I was like, oh my gosh, like all the things that I learned on Canva, what a great investment.
Canva is great. They have commercials out now too. People using Canva on the commercial. So
Yeah.
yeah, they are great. Well, I appreciate you helping me because I just knew my gut kept saying it doesn't look right, but now I can see the big difference.
Yeah.
Big difference. I'm gonna stop trying to create from scratch. That's what I want to do. Like I'm a designer. I go on there and I see something, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do it myself. No.
And that the
Loud.
design aspect, that's one of the things. It's almost like going down a rabbit hole, because you're like, oh, I'm just going to create a Facebook cover. And it's like 6 hours later, you're still looking at it like, why does this look like my 4-year-old niece created it? I don't
Exactly.
understand.
Exactly. And I'm wasting hours doing this. This is a rabbit hole I really do. And the only thing I like about that cover I made was that little piggy coin. It was so cute. That was it. So
You could put that on there too, on the other side where the QR
yeah,
code is, or
yeah.
oh my gosh, you could even have the QR code going like in the picky, maybe.
Oh yeah, yeah. Or the piggy hanging from the, but if that's all you like about it, then scratch it. Move on. Do something else. So definitely I'm gonna work with that. And that's given me, because to be honest, my site, I've been working on it for a long time and I just don't like the colors. I love red, but just because you like a color when you design a site or anything, sometimes that's not the color that works. It's too much. For
Mhm.
some businesses, I think it works, but for some, for me, it's just not working. And that actually, believe it or not, stops me from going in and working on my site.
Mhm.
I'm like, I want to work on it, but I just don't like the way it looks. And I've shut down some pages so you can't see them. You're like, I'm not gonna let you see this page, that page. So when you go in, you go to you see 404 when you go to my about me or some of my other pages, because they're just not there. I just don't like them. So I'm gonna go in with a whole new set of eyes and a different palette, because
Mhm.
I think that's been the problem. I love red, but it's just not working on that site.
Yeah,
And
and
you
it
know
makes
what the guts will
really,
tell you.
it makes such a huge difference
Yeah, it
just
does.
having that color palette. And yeah, but definitely go through there and find whichever one like just really speaks to you. I always say like choose a white, choose a black. And I know that sounds like, oh, what's white and black, but there are different shades. So always have a white and a black that you use consistently. And then always make sure that you have darker colors to like a color that pops. So like, you have the purple and and it gets like gradually lighter, but
Mhm.
that's why it's like, I love the purple, black, and orange in my website because it's like when you have the black and then the purple, those are the dark colors, but then you have like those orange buttons, like the call to action that really pops against those darker colors. So choose a black and white, and then just make sure that you have the darker with some contrast that pops, and then you're
Definitely.
good.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much. It's been
You are s-
productive for me. I don't know where everyone is. I don't know if they can't, they're just busy. It's beautiful outside. And
That's
where I
what.
am, it's like almost 90 degrees today.
Well, I like to chalk it up to the fact that we just have great support. And so
Yes.
people are just like, hey, I don't need the Friday Q&A because
No,
I'm getting support 24 hours a day.
exactly. That's why, but I like having conversations. So I like to come on and support you for all that you support us with too.
Well,
So
thank
definitely, I will
you.
be here.
and,
I will
and
be
I
here.
I appreciate it because I think that not only do I enjoy talking to you, but
Mm.
I love that you have questions that I know other people are just wondering, like, how do I do this? And so it's educational, and it's hard for me. Like I'm always asking you guys, like, what do you want me to train on? Because it's hard for me to like think about like, okay, what have I already talked about? What should I talk about? So I am definitely always open. Like, what do you want to learn about next week, Maria?
Oh gosh. I think I still want to learn more about those tools. The tier 5 tools, they're so fascinating to me.
Mhm.
I still don't understand them all, but I really am fascinated by them. It's just
Yeah.
like I want to learn how to use them in more in depth. And what I don't want is using one incorrectly and getting shut down. Because
Yes.
that's my fear. It's like, do I combine them all? No. Do one at a time. I'm just afraid to be shut down. And that would be my question is that's one that I'm dealing with now. If social media shuts you down, what do you do? I've got my Instagram for myself, my name, and then I did one for my website, my company, and they shut it down. I don't know why. There's no explanation. And I tried to appeal it. They won't let me appeal it. So once it's shut down, what do you do? I'll just go back to mine, but then I don't want to ruin mine and have mine shut down. What did I do wrong? They didn't tell me. They don't explain it. So what do you do? Once you get shut down, what do you do?
Yeah.
And these tools, I don't want to use a tool that'll shut me down. That's not why they did it, because they shut it down way before I used any of these tools. It was something I did, I guess, but
Yeah, and you really never know. And it can be because of a tool. It can be because that you posted something that they didn't like. Like when I first got into that extra account that I have,
mhm.
there was a warning on there that said that they blocked a post that I had posted, and it was about it was did you know? And then it talked about a commercial from the 1960s. I didn't even like read the rest of it because I was like, what? But you just never even know what they're so, I mean, there's so much like different criteria that who knows what actually get like my whole the account that I had since 2009 was shut down like 2 years ago, and there
Oh,
was no appealing, there was no nothing. It was just like, don't even try to appeal, it's been deleted. It's like, what did I do? And I wasn't
exactly.
using any other tools or anything like that. But what I will say though, because I'm just like you, and that's why I have the backup Facebook page, and not because of the Tier 5 tools, but because that happened to me before. And I had clients that I'm managing their social media. So what I have done since then is now with HighLevel, since we can give our own clients the scheduler. So now I just have them log in. I still use Content Studio for them, but I have them log in just the same to Content Studio, and I have them connect their Facebook page and all of that as a team member to that account, because I don't want to, if I get shut down again, I don't want it to affect my clients, for one. Two, there, because I have pharmacy clients, so like I've had, we created a post that was about, I can't even remember what it was about. I can't remember, but some health thing. And they said it went against, standards or whatever. And I appealed, and then they were fine. But when that happens, that goes against my account too. So it's like, it's so crazy. So that's one way to avoid, if you're working with clients, to getting your account shut down. But if we're talking about the tier 5 tools, I never use 2 tools at one time. That's the number one rule. Don't use any tools at one time. Always be thinking about, when you're setting up automations, especially like these, I don't know what they call them, like GoHighLevel or something, tools, where it's kind of like, they're not really, we're not supposed to be using them, but we do because they're awesome. So when you're using those types of tools, always be thinking about, if my robot was a real person, would a real person do these things? Okay, so if you're sending 100 friend requests, a real person would probably do that. Would they do it every 30 seconds? No. But would they do it every 9 minutes? Probably. So if you're going to do that, maybe you want to set, and the longer the time in between, the better. So that's something I always do as well. I always choose the maximum amount of time in between, which takes longer, but I'd rather do that and be safe. So those are all things, I've stopped doing. I used to send 100 or 1,000 friend requests in a day, but I did the long time and all that. And then Facebook is like, hey, you're using this too much. And I was like, all right, well, because that's what happens too. They change their algorithm for a year. I've been using it just like that every single week. And then now suddenly I can't use it like that. So it's just how it is. But that's the number one thing. Always be thinking about the time in between actions. Make sure it's the longest, and then only use one tool at a time. If you're running the Friend Connector Pro, choose 9 minutes in between time, or 3, whatever you want, but choose a long time. Maybe do, and what I've been doing is like 100 friend requests a day. So those are all things. I wish I could do like a here is a list of all the rules and just follow these rules and it'd be great. And as soon as I do that, then they'll change something, and then it's like that negates everything that I just said.
Right.
So it's good.
They do change it right away. They change it based on, I don't even know. No one knows. They won't give up. Look at Twitter. It's like gonna fight tooth and nail to give up the algorithm. Doesn't want to, but eventually it's gonna have to.
Yeah. Yeah. And now Elon Musk is saying that he doesn't even want to buy it because they have a lot of bots and things. But think about that.
Fake account.
That really makes you think, like, you could create a social media platform as big as Twitter and have 20% bots, and how much control over people's minds and life and the information do you really have?
Right.
That's like, that's
Scary.
really, really scary.
Yeah, some of these people that have these numbers, these followers, they're not even real.
Yeah.
So you're inflating that person's popularity by saying, oh, they've got like 100 million people following them. That's not true.
And let's say that there's a congressman from whatever party, and then you have all these bots that are commenting on that congressman about, you're wrong, and this is disinformation, and this is that, and whatever, and nobody likes you, and there's like 1,000 of these comments, and there's like 2 people who are like, oh, you're a cool person. Well, if you're someone who doesn't know this congressman and you go and look at this post, you're like, whoa, this guy must be a lunatic, because everybody's saying that. So it's like, you could really, that's really massive. It's really crazy the things about.
Yeah, I don't like that, because you shouldn't ruin someone. You shouldn't do it mean like that. That doesn't make sense. Just let's play fair. That's all I'm asking.
Oh
But
yeah.
that's,
And
I would love Facebook to play fair, but that's impossible.
no, but
Impossible.
it, the way I see it, it's all a game. I mean, they can do whatever we want to, just like we can do whatever we want to, and we just have to work around it. I'm still gonna, Facebook goes away tomorrow. We'll adapt as a market. That's what we do. Somebody will
Yeah.
create something else, and then we'll all be going to that platform.
That's why this is
Just
so important to create your own, learn and do your own website and try to figure out how to drive people to your own website, doing
yeah,
your own thing. That's what you're doing there.
yeah,
But that's one of the things I like to learn. I know you've done the classes before in it, but how to take one of the courses in the back and take it all the way through, like redesign the cover and all that. You've done that before though.
yeah,
That's important.
yeah,
That's important because that's how you drive people to your site,
yeah,
giving them stuff, like you're saying, free stuff.
yeah, and building a brand. It's like that's the difference between an affiliate and a business owner. It's like anybody can go share a link, but the business owner says, I see an opportunity here. And if I can get this in front of the right people, I can make a lot of money. So the business owner looks at it like, okay, this is an opportunity. It's not a gold mine. I make it the gold mine with the system that I put in place, the business that I build to incorporate this in. And that's where, that's why people say, oh, affiliate marketing doesn't work. Well, it's just a little piece. It's just a teeny tiny little snippet of an online business. You build the business and then it's limitless. I mean, whatever you want to talk about teddy bears. I'm sure there's 9,000 affiliate links or things that you could promote that have to do with teddy bears if that's really your big passion, you know?
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I don't want to keep you. It's already
Yeah.
late,
Yeah.
but I
Thank you.
appreciate it. I've learned so much today, as usual.
Well, thank you, ma'am, for joining me. I appreciate it. I could talk to you all day. I even lost track of time, Maria.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. So can I. I
All right.
just love learning stuff and then applying it. I
Yeah.
just love it.
Well, I love helping, and since you love to learn, it's like I just want to pour everything out. How can I help you? How can I help you?
I've
Well,
learned a
thank you
lot
so
today.
so much for joining me. I hope you enjoy your afternoon with your dog. Get some sunshine, and I will see you on Monday, same
Thank
time, same
you.
place. Go make your vision a reality.
Thank you.
Bye. Have a nice weekend.